Okay, welcome to episode 5, Ego versus Ego. I'm Ego Ferguson, of course. I think the better looking of the two egos, the three egos, to be honest with you.
Whoa, nah.
And, a father, immigrant, I guess you would, entrepreneur, father, this guy over here. Introduce yourself.
My name's Ego Ferguson, obviously the most attractive one, I like to say, but former NFL athlete, current father, current motivational speaker.
A lot of currents.
Current, talking about? Hey,
I like that current.
We like to ride the current.
I like that current. That current
We
is
don't
tight.
live in the past, nah.
I like that current. Right now. We living right now.
Come on, now.
Okay, Ego versus Ego, episode 5. First of all, I want you to make sure, like, subscribe, and comment and follow this thing right here. This is a episode, basically, Ego versus Ego, a father and a son conversation to explore the depths of the relationships between a father and a son. And I know during the last episode, episode 4, unfortunately, he was unavailable for the episode, so I had to carry on the whole episode by myself. And a very important topic, we discussed women.
Ooh.
And the importance, the relevance, and what women play in our world, society, and the whole dynamics. So the last episode, I took the whole episode by myself. Normally, you know how I do shit on the fly.
Come on now.
So
you know what I told him? What did I miss?
So I really gave my perspective on that whole dynamics about women, especially women in the industry when it relates to athletics, entertainment, and that elite status. And I was hoping that you were able to make it, but you weren't able to make it. But now that you're here, so now, definitely want to get your perspective, your input on women and how it plays, especially from your peripherals. Mm-hmm. So the first question I have for you would be is the first woman you was introduced to in life. Please share that experience with me.
The first woman I introduced to in life?
Yes.
Talking about mama?
Is that the first one?
That's the first one?
Talk to me.
Red is great. What we talking about? We talking about Red. Red led the way, man. I think your mother sets the stage for what you're looking for, essentially, right? Mm-hmm. And I think the biggest thing is to understand that, right? When you look at when you accomplish different things in life, when you start to go to different levels, like you don't realize the industry. Like you said, the industry, you don't realize that until you actually experience the industry.
Correct.
So you don't realize people trying to get you and got you and people looking for an upper hand until you're actually in the midst of the conversation or the situation. So I think that's the biggest thing. It's like a lot of these things you can't prepare for because until you hit it, you can't comprehend it. So
your first introduction to women would be your mother.
Absolutely.
You call her Red. What is the relationship that you have with your mother? Talk to me about her.
Shit, that's my other half, man. I think when you think about it, Red gave me a different type of discipline, a different type of structure, understanding that nobody owes you nothing, right? I think that's the biggest thing that she taught me, that even if somebody give you a piece of gum, you should be thankful for that piece of gum. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the hugest thing that she taught me, to be grateful for everything and not to expect nothing.
I can tell you right now, with the same woman that you called your greatest inspiration, was really my first love.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever loved anybody like I've loved her. She was my first introduction to love. To be honest with you, growing up, I had you have this image of the person that you want to be with or whatever the case may be, and I had a big fucking. What do they call it? T-Boz from TLC? I had a big fucking fascination with T-Boz and TLC. And when I met your mother back in MIMS, she had that look like T-Boz. And I'm like, God damn. I hit the jackpot right there.
You was after a look, basically.
Yeah, I always look. With me, doing even the last episode, and this is what's the importance of having this conversation right now was, my dad left when I was probably 6 years old. So mommy had a boyfriend, a living boyfriend, whatever the case may be, but we never had that father son, because I didn't give a fuck about him, to be honest with you, being straight. So we never had that. I always looked at my best friend, Darren Grant, at the time. His father, Junior Grant, was the image of a father that I emulated. And now, he was that guy. He was that guy. So, I don't want to go too much into detail who he was, but he was that guy. So he had a wife at home. That's all I knew. But he had respect. His name rung bells. So he had a very beautiful wife. So I always had this guy named T. Smith. T. Smith had a lumber yard and a gas station, and his son was my best friend. I had two best friends in high school. In middle school, his mother was light skinned. Always used to bring him to school. I'm in preschool, and his mother used to bring him home with his black dress. She was light skinned, and I thought she was beautiful. So I had that image that when I ever get married, it's going to be a light skinned, long hair, beautiful woman. So when I met your mother, Red, she fit all the profile. Light skin, long hair, beautiful. So I was just blown away by her. So my thing was, so I never really had the insights on that selection process like we talked about. Like I talked about in the last episode. I strictly look for beauty. When you started looking for women, what were you looking for?
The same thing the person that taught me was looking for. It was real simple. Listen, when we talk about women, right? When I think about women, I can remember vividly, like when I brought like an Allie home or I can't think of a girl name at the time, but like a Lindsay. And you was like, add 15 pounds on the situation. I couldn't even process at the time what that really meant, but when I think about it, it's like you really gave me game on like how to judge the future compared to the present. Most of us, when we're looking at the present situation, ass fat, slim waist, it's perfect for the situation. Mm-hmm. But we all get older.
But now here's my thing: when I was growing up, this is even before. This is before even puberty. I'm talking about middle school. I already had an image of a woman that I wanted to be with. And again, that whole image was strictly beauty, of course. Mm-hmm. When did you start looking at women when did you first start getting attracted to women?
Shit, early age. What we talking about?
So at that early age, what were you looking for?
What like me? When I was early, you attracted to what like you.
How
know
old?
What I mean? Shit, probably what we talking about. When I moved with you, 12, 13?
That's when you started really looking at them?
You looking at a woman from the day you come out the womb, let's be honest with you. Like, what we talking about here? Like, that's the objective, right? To grab a beautiful woman, to grab that attractiveness. So, like, for me, it was early in the age where I'm looking at different women in different situations. Like, damn, I can be with this or I can do that or, however you want to look at the situation. But it came in the early age. And, I'm not going to say you hurt the situation, but you definitely enhance my situation by letting me know what to look at and different things of that nature.
But now, when I noticed you at first, I think the first time when I actually sat down and really analyzed what you were doing, and this is like probably, I'm gonna say 9th grade. When 8th, 9th grade, when I started seeing you, started paying attention to women. And I noticed at that time.
Here you go. Here you go. You got to know what person going sometimes.
I noticed at the time you had a real fascination for thick women. And when I say thick at that time, really fat ass and voluptuous. What was going through your mind at that time?
I like what I like right now. I'm not worried about the future. Right now, it's perfect. That was going through my mind. Like I couldn't see past tomorrow.
You couldn't see past tomorrow?
I wasn't worried about past tomorrow, to be honest with you.
So strictly fat ass.
Hey, it's great right now. That's the truth, man. Like when you think about it, right? Like when you're in the midst of that situation, that's your 8th, 9th grade. I'm not comparing like myself to what college I'm gonna go to and what I'm gonna do in life. Like I'm living life for right now. Mm-hmm. And right now, this is what I want. So I'm attracted to what I want. That's really the truth.
I'm gonna throw a curveball at you right now.
Talk to me.
At what age? This is something I don't know this answer. I'm always curious to ask this question. At what age did you lose your virginity?
Yeah, that's it.
And do you remember who the person was?
That's two great questions.
I'll put the shit out there.
The second one, I may can't answer. You see what I'm saying? But the first one I can remember, it probably was like, shit, summer 8th grade, for real.
Summer of 8th grade?
Yeah, summer 8th grade, 9th grade. Like the summer of 9th grade, maybe going into St. John's.
So you lost your virginity in Maryland?
Yeah, absolutely.
Get out of here. So how old were you at that time?
We talking about 7th, going transition to 8th grade probably.
How were you then?
But when I think about that, we talking about 15, maybe 14, 15 in 8th, 9th grade type of shit going into.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Nah, you think about it, right? It wasn't like I went into high school thinking about it stuff. Like I was liking girls at that time, but I ain't really achieved nothing, like how I would look at it essentially. So when I went to Maryland, it was like after that 8th grade year, going into that 9th grade year of St. John's, basically, for real.
Really?
I started getting active. Absolutely.
Get the fuck out. I was not aware of that. You and I never had this conversation before.
Never. I was sneaking out back then.
Are you serious?
Be honest with you now.
So it was not, was a chick name?
Nah, it was a couple before that.
You know what? Here's the thing. So I think I beat you on it. I think when I lost my virginity, I was in you know what? Ironically, I was probably in the 7th grade. No. I was probably in the 6th grade. I was really aggressive.
This ain't no one-up story right here. So I know that right now.
I think I got mine in the 6th grade. I was dry humping in the 4th grade, 3rd and 4th grade.
That's terrible.
Dude, let me show you. Seriously, all bullshit aside, I was so addicted to women. 3rd or 4th grade, I was dry humping bitches. I mean, women at the time. That's how much I was into beauty. You know what I mean? I was dry humping in the 3rd or 4th grade. You said I can twist that around, right?
Yeah, talking you into beauty.
So you lost your virginity when you came to Maryland.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, when I think about that, I ain't never sleep with no woman in East Mills before that time. But
get the fuck
no
out of here.
type of situation like that. Nah, for real.
Wow. And I guess we're gonna play truth or dare. I guess you're not gonna answer who it was.
Who what? Nah, I ain't answer that. I'm gonna keep that shit on DL right there. You know
somebody
what I mean?
say, what did they miss?
What did I miss? All right. But listen, the 8th grade, it was epic. I ain't gonna lie to you. We won a state championship out here. You know. Hey.
So let me ask a question: did you lose your virginity before the championship or after the championship?
Damn. That's a great question too. Like I don't think the championship.
I'm coming with the questions.
I don't think
today.
the championship affected my virginity. I think the situation.
I don't know. I'm trying to analyze. I'm trying to figure out.
Maybe it did. Maybe it did.
I'm trying to analyze.
I didn't realize I had that juice as a champion. You know what I mean? But when I think about it, and I could be wrong. You know, don't timestamp me on the situation, but I think it was after the situation.
After the championship?
After the situation. But I don't think that played a part in the situation, but I think it definitely was after the situation.
Okay, let me ask one more question. I'm throwing jabs right now.
Keep throwing them. Throw some haymakers. Fuck it.
Was it
Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Hey, go ahead and ask it. Fuck it. I'm ready.
Was it a black chick or a white chick?
White chick.
Oh,
we talking about white chick. What we talking about right here? I'm gonna keep that shit 1,000.
I'm trying to pick Walkersville.
Yeah, you had me in Maryland. What we talking about? Like, how many black chicks was it in Maryland?
We had quite a few. But the black chick, I was thinking about it. I guess it's not her.
Nah, absolutely not.
So it's a white chick.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what's up. I like that. Okay. That's interesting.
You should maybe go back just now. I can recall that.
I want to take you back. I want to take you back to find out. So at that point, so now my next, to guess the next question, I know with me, when I started experiencing women, again, my first, just like yourself, was my mother. That's the first woman and I'm talking about, when I started talking about my mother, she was, when you start talking about Bethune-Cookman, that railroad, my mother was that gangster. She never worked a day in her life for anybody. You know what I'm saying? She smuggled immigrants. She had her own clothing store. She always was hustling. So the image I had of a woman was that hustler. So I had that hustler mentality. And then, of course, I had Barry's mom, that light skin. So that was my concept of a woman who I planned to be with. So my thing is, what was your concept of a woman that you wanted to be with?
When you say wanted to be with, like when you talk about long term?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. At least when was that?
I had to have trials and tribulations to understand what I wanted long term.
At what point did you start to understand what you were thinking about in the future? At what point, where were you at? Or what point in time was that?
That's a tough ass question, to be honest with you. When I think about it, it's like you kind of have some type of opinion of what you want, but you really don't know until you experience a lot. I think me experiencing different women kind of told me what I like and dislike, you know what I mean? So without me experiencing a different woman, I can never tell you what I like and dislike. So I think it was like more of a growth and maturity type of thing. Like, you got to think, when I first came out the draft, let's just be honest, you know what I mean? I got drafted on Thursday. I had a child on Tuesday. So that shit right there changed my whole perspective of what I'm looking for versus what I need. We all looking for something, but we all need something.
Okay, but no, I'm not. Let's pull back. I know we go to draft, but let's pull back. Let's go back to St. John's. That's your.
I'm not looking for nothing at St. John's though. I'm experiencing St. John's. That's the difference.
At St. John's, I wanted to find out. For me, when I played ball at Edison during the last episode, I told the whole thing. You like the Edison talk, right?
They talk about Edison?
Undefeated, baby. Still the only undefeated school in Dade County. 7 shutouts.
Shit crazy.
Okay, so my thing is, with us, it was, of course, that jacket and that notoriety being a starter on the football team. You had a completely fucking different.
Oh yeah, from your shit?
Yes, yours is on another level.
You talk about the man. Shit, I was the man. That's the difference.
Okay.
Like,
so tell me, how was it the man at St. John's?
When you the man, you get everything you want. So it's like,
how was that? How was that experience?
Amazing. Like, you got to think, right? I'm coming to St. John's in the basketball program. This is what we known for: basketball, Stu Vetter, the different athletes that came and went to D1. When I was able to carve out my own lane in St. John's, we made history. What are we talking about here?
So my thing is, how did you, because you in Maryland, Frederick, Maryland.
Turn that bitch up.
Frederick has, from a football standpoint, they never had an athlete.
Come on, still to this
ever
day.
On the radar.
Still to this day.
You were a basketball player at the same time.
Yeah.
At one point in time, you were the top 10 in the nation.
Top 13.
Top 13, top 10. I say top 10.
You say top 10. I'm going to give them top 13.
Okay.
I'm going to be modest.
How was that from a woman? How was that?
It's a lot.
How is that different?
It's a lot, bro. When you think about those type of times and situations, right? Like, literally, like, I want to bring you back to my mind, not where I was, but where my mind was. Did y'all see that phone? He thought it was me, right? He thought it was me, but it really was him. I don't want to let everybody know that, right? Hey, we're going to keep moving forward, though. But when we go through those times, right, in those situations, like, I'm literally living in the moment. I can't think about tomorrow. Today is so heavy, so real, so present that tomorrow don't even give it a piece of my mind. So, like, when you think about, like, the woman in different situations, like, I'm worried about today, not tomorrow. And that's just the truth. Like at those times, like I'm enjoying today. I'm not even thinking about tomorrow.
But my question is, I'm trying to get a feel for the amount, the pressures.
Oh, shit.
How is that?
Listen,
Because like I said, the average person, average person go. Because here's my thing: the average person go chase. The men go out and chase women. They go hunting, for lack of a better term. I was always been taught that if you're going hunting and the animals start chasing you, you got to figure out what the fuck am I doing right here. My question for you is, how was that whole experience for you?
Well, I can just explain from a metaphor situation like you said. I'm a hunter that got hunted. And that shit different.
How different? How different in what sense?
Because usually we doing the hunting.
Right.
When you start getting hunted, it's a different vibe. And you don't realize what come with that. Like, when I look at football and all these different situations, like all these accolades and scholarships came after I was hunting. So you in the midst of hunting, and now you have to realize that you getting hunted. Mm-hmm. So now it's a whole different process. Like you going this way, now you gotta realize, damn, okay, people coming this way now. How do you operate with that? It ain't like nobody been in the front to show you how to operate with this or how to operate that. They just start coming in a crazy amount for real.
How crazy? It was crazy?
Enough to enjoy my time. Enough to make sure I was happy.
I can tell you what, I can remember one of the first times where I realized that how would I put it? Your it factor,
I'm different.
You're different. You're different.
Go ahead and say I'm different. It's hard for you to say I'm different with your name, Ego. But I was different. You see what I'm saying?
Well, you know, apples don't fall too far from the tree. So
apple tree,
tree apple. Okay, let's get it right. So my thing is, my first time identifying that from a social standpoint, from a women, was your freshman year.
High school?
Freshman year in high school.
Oh, we was lit. Like, listen, freshman year in high school, we on a basketball scholarship. We not even thinking about football. Mm-hmm. That's like the scariest part about it. Like when I really process this stuff, it's like we on a whole different avenue, a whole different tracking essentially. Mm-hmm. When football came, it shocked the world. It shocked St. John, but it shocked the world. It shocked Maryland.
So you're talking about, and especially in Maryland at that time still didn't have a prominent football player to come out of there.
They had some, and I'm not going to discredit them. They had some prominent football,
but not to be in the top 10.
Nick Forbes, the Zach Zinniks, the Ryan Dixons of the world, right? Mm-hmm. But what I was able to do at a small school,
but hold up, none of those guys were rated top.
All them niggas.
None of those guys were rated top 10.
They wasn't able to crack that motherfucking barrier, but when I was there, they definitely had people that helped me elevate, essentially.
So you had individuals like, what's the guy who's fucking Cardi B right now?
There you go.
What's his name?
He was after me.
No, I'm like, what's his name?
Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs. But even once after you, still never cracked the top 10 in the nation. So now you start talking about Stephon Diggs. What's his brother name?
I can't tell you the brother.
Diggs boy,
Trayvon Diggs.
Trayvon Diggs. We talking about the kid from Baltimore, the DB.
Louis Young.
Louis Young.
Yeah, good counsel.
Good counsel. And there's the one who, the guy that was dating Hannah, the DB from the Houston Texans. So you're talking about a lineage of a lot of players that came, even the Davis boys from H.D. Woodson. Yeah. The tight end and his brother that played good counsel. Vontae and Ron. None of these great athletes that played in the league never cracked the top 10 of the high school charts. Mm-hmm. You cracked the top 10. You know what I'm saying? Or top 13.
I like to say top 13.
So
I like you to say top 10.
You cracked the top 10. So my thing was, when I noticed from a female standpoint, when you took that young lady out to prom, your freshman year.
There you go. And When I tell you her name lives a little too long for my liking, I love who she is. I love her personality. I love her growth. But Lord have mercy, she ain't that important in the story.
Dude,
Literally.
she was the
for
cheerleading captain.
For St. John's, she was the it factor. But shit, my platform was outside of St. John's.
But no, here's from a parent standpoint. Let me tell you how I'm analyzing it.
I'm a freshman going to the prom with a junior. A senior, matter of fact.
Going to the prom with a freshman cheerleading captain.
Not a freshman,
She's
senior.
a senior.
Yeah.
You were a freshman, and you're she's a cheerleading captain. That's major pull right there. And I was like, okay, this guy got a little different kind of pull right here.
And I had the braids going down the head at the time,
Yeah, I remember that.
A lot of people don't understand that I had the long hair for a long time before I went bald. You know what I mean? They like to picture me from a bald point of view.
So, I mean, did at any time, so through this whole high school, now you're going to St. John's, you're getting this pull. Now you're getting this push. Everybody know you in the city, in the state.
Hey, I'm the hottest nigga in the state at the time, literally.
You're the hottest motherfucker in the state.
Literally.
What type, again, I've never been in that situation right there.
Talk to me.
How does it feel from what type of, because I know women hitting you up left and right. What was going through your mind at the time and how you were analyzing all that?
You want me to be honest?
This is your ego versus ego.
Come on now. So at St. John's, you got to think, like going from my sophomore to junior year, we had a situation.
What do you mean situation?
With the grades.
Okay.
We had that Miss Minsker situation where we was getting all the attention, all the recruits and things like that nature in there. I got failed in the English class, I want to say, or something like that. Mm-hmm. So like when that happened, it took the attention of everything. Like I wasn't thinking about no women, none of that shit. I'm thinking about like, damn, how can I make this a reality versus making this a nightmare? Because we done heard 1,000 nightmare stories of motherfuckers that didn't make it. Mm-hmm. That shit was prevalent in our situation. Like we done heard 1,000 niggas that didn't make it. I'm like, I can't be one of them 1,000. So how can I take myself from this point to get to this point? That was my whole focus. And thank God the situation presented itself the way it presented itself, because if it wouldn't have, Lord have mercy. Hey, Lord have mercy.
So now we start talking about women and that whole attraction, the whole dynamic right there. When you start talking about, I think this was what, ninth grade, 10th grade?
9th grade.
Now, we still never had a conversation about women. I think you've seen, of course, you grew up with your mother. You grew up with my wife at the time, and some of my...
So Veronica
and some of my prospects.
Hey, that's your wife. No, don't do that.
And some of my prospects at the time and all that. And then you are nationally recognized as nationally recognized. At that time, you were nationally recognized as one of the top... You were the top athlete in the state of Maryland.
No, not a question. There wasn't no question about that situation.
Top athlete in the state of Maryland.
Top 15 in the country.
You are hit with a rape allegation.
So let's bring it back. Before we even talk about the rape allegation, like you gotta talk how it started.
Talk to me how it started.
When we went to the situation, we ain't talking about no allegation, no nothing. We're literally going to a camp with a Darren Drake firm. Mm-hmm. We're going to visit a school, have a situation that we ain't never had before. So I'm like the little brother in the school situation where they showing him the jersey and they telling me to go catch the football, basically. Mm-hmm. So you in a situation where like we not wanted, but because of the situation, because of the opportunity, because of the moment, shit, everybody garnished us essentially, right? When you think about the situation, it's like we went from not knowing nothing to everybody wanting us in a matter of...
Overnight.
I mean, 24 hours wouldn't even do the justice, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. That shit happened like 16 hours. So it's like, it happened so fast that I couldn't even process the offer before I could process the situation I was in.
But even when you look at the situation that you were in, let's go before the situation.
Awesome.
You were creeping.
You ain't know that.
I didn't know that. I'm saying you were creeping.
That's what I'm saying. You ain't know that though.
Yeah, like, but my thing is, you were creeping with this young lady.
Yeah, we were hanging out.
You were hanging out, creeping,
whatever. We hitting the parks, we hitting different situations, like we feeling each other.
So you're feeling this young lady. At any given point during that time, did you ever ask yourself, why is she with me? Or is she here for the real reason? Or,
no.
God damn.
I'm gonna be honest. No, we don't even think that far. Like, we literally in the point of like, you getting to accomplish something that you want. So all the other shit don't even enter my mind until I see the scholarships, until I see the shit I'm losing. I'm not thinking about that shit beforehand. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not thinking about none of that shit. I'm like, a motherfucker offer me an opportunity to be with somebody. That's all I'm looking at. Like, it ain't like I'm coercing the situation. It's like I'm forcing the situation. You see what I'm saying? It's somebody telling me that they want to be with me, so I'm with it.
So at no point in time did you realize, no point in time did you question yourself like, hey, I am ego. I have this opportunity, I have this scholarship, I have this opportunity.
When you say I'm ego, I think you live from I'm ego.
I
live from a motherfucker that lived from ego shadow. So when it first happened, I can't tell you that this gonna happen. This shit happened in the midst of me being who I am. Like, when I got my scholarship, I'm already doing what I'm doing. The scholarship just came. The situation just happened. It's not like it changed.
No, what I'm saying is, before that situation, before the scholarship
and
was
that's
offered,
what I'm trying to tell you. Before all that, I'm living who I am. I'm not thinking about what my future upholds. I'm not thinking about what can happen next. I'm not thinking about what I can lose. I can't see that far.
So basically, you looking at this as being
I'm
a
looking at
genuine
a situation like, I fuck with her, she fuck with me. That's it. Like, it wasn't no other extra thinking outside of that situation. And I think that's the hardest for people.
But here's my thing. Let me stop you right there. You were looking at that, I want to fuck with her, she want to fuck with me, I'm going to roll with it, right? At no point in time did you sit and say, I am ego, I am this guy.
No.
Because at that point, you are still that guy.
No. Never.
You never once sit down saying, hey, I am that guy.
I never thought about that shit until it was being able to be taken away from me. Wow. Until the conversation happened where I'm like, damn, I done fucked up. I never thought that far down the line. And that's the honest truth. Like, I'm looking at the situation like, I'm in 8th grade. Motherfucker, we just won a state basketball championship. Cool. Oh, she fucking, I'm fucking with her. Cool. Let's hang out. Cool. Let's get together. Cool. You want to meet me late at night? Cool. You see what I'm saying? It's not like I'm thinking like, damn, this can fuck my career up. I don't even think I got a career at that time.
But even though you were nationally recognized,
that didn't happen when I was nationally recognized.
No, but you were still in the state.
I'm in the state. I'm alive, but outside the state, I'm nothing in the sense at that time.
But even within the state, again, here's what I'm saying, and listen to me very carefully. At that point, you were not nationally recognized, right? No. But within the state of Maryland, there was a serious buzz about you.
Yeah.
Serious buzz about you.
But the buzz
at that point, you did not take into consideration.
You can't recognize a buzz until the buzz become reality, and I think the buzz ain't come reality until I got the first scholarship.
So now,
before I got the first scholarship, I couldn't process what the buzz was. It's like when we went to H.D. Woodson or at the University of Maryland, we having these great camps, but nothing's coming from the camps. It's like you have a moment, they put your name out there, but what happens afterward? Every kid in high school, right? Every football kid in high school, their dream is to have a D1 scholarship. So everything outside of that shit don't mean nothing to me.
So now let's fast forward. You have the rape allegation.
Yeah.
Now let's say there is a true allegation right there. What was going through your mind at that time?
I fucked up. Literally. Like, I couldn't think of nothing but like, damn, how can I explain this situation? But I fucked up. Like, I can't even explain like the way the conversation was going, the way the accusation was happening. I couldn't even process that at the time because I'm like, none of this happened. So you like, I'm a rapist. I'm like, how?
Did you feel that there's a potential that your whole career may be gone?
Oh,
or
hell
how do you feel?
Because what I realize is logic don't sink in at that point. So even though you thinking logically, what you thinking about really is how can I lose everything? So even though I knew I didn't do this, I didn't do that, in my mind, I'm like, I can lose everything from these allegations from somebody else putting on me.
Did you ever have a conversation with her after that incident?
Yes.
Or after that, at least after the trip from Illinois?
Yes, a couple times.
How did those conversations go?
She was like, she gonna make it right. You know what I mean? Like,
really?
it was like one of the situations where you can tell the father was pressing more than the child in the situation, but he wanted to make a point, and his whole objective was to take what I had that I was working for from me.
So now that you had the rape allegation, we were able to control that situation, get by that situation. Now that that's there, you had that opportunity. Now you're buzzing now. You that guy. You're still that guy. You're even getting more of that guy.
Attention.
How did you look at women? And again, what was weird about it is I think you and I had a conversation about just being mindful on the women that you deal with and everything like that. What was going through your mind when you look at women from that standpoint? After you had that rape allegation, you had a potential, all that shit was being pulled away from you. How did you look? Because they still coming at you.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
That never stopped.
And this is. Y'all hear the phone ring again?
No, I didn't hear it.
Everybody heard that, right? I just want to make sure the whole world heard that. But for me, right, the biggest blessing I have, and I never got to say this out loud, is like Ali Olivero. Like, she was able to take my mind outside of that situation. She was able to pump confidence in me when I couldn't pump confidence into myself. So, like,
now you start talking about another woman now.
Yes, but me going from a situation and introducing myself to another situation helped me propel myself, really, because, again, I wasn't able to process what I was losing in the midst of gaining versus losing. So, like, when you think about that, it's like, until I started losing, I couldn't process what losing was. So before I got my first scholarship, I couldn't process what losing a scholarship was.
So now let me get this right. So all of these things are coming at you.
Yeah.
You have this rape allegation.
Yeah.
You dealt with it. We dealt with it. Let me put it. We dealt with it.
Yeah.
And now moving forward, how did you look at women going forward?
I just looked at women. It's hard because you have like a double-sided sword, essentially. One side, you're looking like, damn, these females, they'll get you. But on the other side of that shoulder, a female that can help me at the same time. So, like, it was like I'm in a conflict of interest, to be honest with you.
Interesting. Now that you did that, right now, we went through that whole episode right there. Now you're going into Hargrave. There was no women.
Boy, hey, Hargrave was hard, boy. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
How is that no women? So you have you the guy in Maryland. All women want you. Now you have no women. I'm
glad I get to say this. Boy, you script me in my superpowers, boy. Oh, God. Listen, boy, I was on, and you script everything. Going to Hargrave, leading up to that drive, leading up to that workout, leading up to that 7 miles until we got to the school. That shit was so real, but I couldn't process that either. By the time I realized what we was going to, I'm at Hargrave, basically. I'm at the school. I'm looking at the building. I'm looking at the lights. I'm just like, damn, we got to do this. But before that, I wasn't thinking about that shit. Like, when I tell you I was living in the moment, what God blessed me with is to be present. And so every situation, whether it was Walkersville, whether it was St. John's, whether it was Hargrave, I'm present. And I'm dealing with what I got to do it presently.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, this is a very good topic right here. I think even on the next episode, we need to go ahead and continue going through this right here.
Because you ain't get to the
because I really ain't get to the meat, to the
potatoes of
the potatoes of the situation.
And I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Well, I want to thank everyone for enduring another episode of Ego versus Ego. Again, please like, subscribe, and what do you got to say, boss?
And comment. And when I tell you the next episode gonna be lights, show and action, get that phone now. But when I tell you it's gonna be like that, hey, come to it. I promise you, gonna give you everything you wanted and more.
Thank you again, once again, another episode of Ego versus Ego, and let's keep this moving. Thank you, guys.